This month at Desert Hills Bible Church, we're talking about resolutions because it's 2024, it's the new year. So happy new year. And let's consider how we can make the most of our time this year. Consider being resolved about redeeming the time. Here's what it says in Ephesians 5:15 through 16. Therefore, look carefully how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. How's your time management? What does your calendar look like? How are you using the time that you're given in the day? You know, if your calendar's blank, you're probably not being very intentional about how you're using that time. You're just going with the flow, and whatever seems like the right thing to do is what you do. And there's times when that can be good and useful, but we also need to be very intentional about how we're going to use the finite time that God gives us on this earth to make the most of it and redeem the time that He's given us. You know, I would ask, how do you use your screen time on your phone? What about that screen time on your computer at work or that screen time on your TV at home? What would it say if we took a look at how much time you're using on each application on your computer, your app on your phone? What does that look like? Is it a little much? Would it say that you're playing Candy Crush a little too often? Just consider how you're using that time and what it would say, and maybe also, what are your most frequented locations on your GPS app on your phone? Are you really redeeming the time? Where are you spending your time at? Those are things to consider in this new year, and I would share with you that in 1 Corinthians 3:12 through 15, what you'll hear in here is that it says one day we stand before the Lord as believers and have to account for how we've used our time. It says, now, if anyone builds on the foundation with gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, straw, each man's work will become evident, for the day will indicate it because it is revealed with fire. And what it's talking about there is a judgment to come for believers as to how we have allocated and used and redeemed the time that God has given us, that finite resource we have. So consider this new year being resolved to make the most of the time, because we know that it is true that these days are evil. So let's make the most of our time.